Damn. Go.
Alright guys, how's it going? Today we're doing what we've been doing. We're breaking down another lake, and we're going to be talking about Lafayette Reservoir today. Lafayette is an excellent rainbow trout fishery, and they stock it regularly with quality rainbow trout. We're going to be breaking down the top 5 trout fishing spots and locations. We're going to go ahead and mark these locations with red circles. And these are specifically referring to bank fishing at Lafayette Reservoir for rainbow trout. Alright guys, so let's dig in. We're going to start with spot location number 1, which is located all the way on the south end of Lafayette Reservoir. Now the south end of the lake, in my personal opinion, is by far the best area to fish for trout. So basically, if you're on the south half of that lake, you're in the right area. That's the first number 1 rule at Lafayette for me personally when I'm trout fishing. The time of the year they're putting them in, it just seems like that's where they concentrate, and that's where they school up. Now we're going to go ahead and break down spot number 1. It's a very popular spot. It requires a fair walk, fair hike, and that spot is constantly producing not only quality but quantity trout, just a bunch of fish all the time. That's an excellent spot. Right next to that spot is spot location number 2, and that spot is very small. It's off of it's kind of a small point, and the access is much more difficult. But the fishing there can also be just as good as spot location number 1, except the pressure is a lot less. This spot also requires a decent walk, and like I said, there's not as many people willing to kind of fish that shoreline. It's a steep point, so a lot of people prefer not to fish that, but that is a very productive spot. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to move on. We're going to talk about spot location number 3. And spot location number 3 is off of a dock. I can't remember how many docks in it is, but it's on the south end of the lake, like all the locations we're going to talk about today. And when you cast straight out on the left of that tee, it's usually consistent trout action. We have not personally caught any trophy trout there, but that's an excellent spot to catch yourself some rainbow trout. Okay guys, we're going to go ahead and move on to spot location number 4. Now this location's a little different. The water is a little deeper here, so keep that in mind when you're fishing spot location number 4. Now this is going to give you access on this particular dock, because this spot is also located on a dock. It's going to give you a lot of access. You can cast at a lot of different angles, and really improves your ability to hook up, because a lot of these other areas restrict you in how many different angles and how many different ways you can cast and cover water and bank. So just keep that in mind. Spot location 4 on that dock gives you a lot of access. Alright guys, let's talk about spot location number 5. Spot location number 5 is also on a dock. If you've been to Lafayette, you know that there's very little shoreline, and that most of this is tules and small little brush and trees. So you basically have these docks and just a little bit of shoreline, and that's pretty much the features around the lake. So spot location number 5 off that dock is a bit more of a walk. That spot has the least amount of pressure, but it also requires the biggest walk, the biggest hike. So if you guys want, that's an excellent fishing spot and constantly producing not only numbers but quality rainbow trout. So those are our top 5 locations, guys. I really hope this helps. These locations are just the locations that we have personally actually caught fish, and we have seen people catch fish. All right, guys, we hope this map helps you guys spend more time in the right places. I hope you guys catch more fish, and stay tuned for more videos from the East Bay.